The Los Angeles Lakers are making moves, and once again, they're thinking ahead. In a bold step that continues to shape the team's off-season strategy, the Lakers have officially signed Chris Manon to a two-way contract. And while this might seem like a quiet move on the surface, make no mistake, this could be one of those under-the-radar signings that ends up making a real difference as the season progresses. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. So, who exactly is Chris Manon, and why are the Lakers betting on him? Let's take a closer look. Manon recently made headlines during the NBA Summer League, where he played for the Golden State Warriors. But it wasn't just a decent performance, he stood out. In particular, Lakers fans may remember him from the California Classic, where he put on a show against Los Angeles. That game was a turning point. Manon filled the stat sheet with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, showing grit, energy, and a defensive intensity that clearly caught the attention of the Lakers front office. Across 7 games in the Summer League, Manon averaged 9.0 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.4 blocks per game, proving he could do a bit of everything on the court. And it wasn't just about numbers. His presence was felt in the hustle plays, the off-ball pressure, and the way he disrupted the rhythm of opposing offenses. But his journey didn't begin in the Summer League. Manon played 3 seasons at Cornell before transferring to Vanderbilt for his senior year. Throughout his college career, one thing remained consistent: defense. In fact, over 4 NCAA seasons, he averaged at least 1.7 steals per game, showcasing his ability to read passing lanes, stay in front of his man, and apply full-court pressure. That kind of defensive consistency is exactly what teams crave in the modern NBA, especially from players fighting for a spot in the league. What makes this signing even more interesting is that it comes alongside the re-signing of Christian Koloko, another two-way player who adds size and rim protection. With both Manon and Koloko now on board, the Lakers have filled 2 of their 3 two-way slots, but one still remains open. That means Rob Pelinka and the front office may still have another surprise in the works. So, what does a two-way contract mean for Manon? For those unfamiliar, a two-way deal allows a player to split time between the NBA team and its G League affiliate, in this case, the South Bay Lakers. It gives players the opportunity to grow, stay close to the main roster, and be called up as needed. Last season, we saw players like Alex Fudge and Colin Castleton take advantage of similar deals, and now, Chris Manon will have that same chance to prove he belongs in the league. This move also signals something deeper about the Lakers' direction. Rather than just focusing on big names or aging veterans, the front office is clearly investing in younger talent with upside, players who can defend, play multiple positions, and bring fresh energy. Manon fits that mold perfectly. He's a versatile guard who can defend both backcourt spots, make smart plays on offense, and bring toughness every time he steps on the floor. And let's not forget, the Lakers are still rebuilding their identity. After a roller coaster of a season that ended in disappointment, the franchise is determined to come back stronger, smarter, and more cohesive. Every roster spot matters. Every two-way contract could be the difference between depth and disaster down the stretch. And in a Western Conference that continues to get stronger, adding young, hungry players like Manon is part of the bigger picture. Now, the obvious question is, will Chris Manon actually see meaningful minutes with the Lakers? Only time will tell. It depends on how he performs in training camp, how well he adjusts to the speed and physicality of the NBA, and whether injuries or rotation needs open up opportunities. But what's certain is this: he's earned the right to be here. He wasn't handed this deal. He fought for it, impressed in the Summer League, and now he has a shot to carve out his place in one of the most iconic franchises in basketball history. So keep your eyes on Chris Manon. He might not be a household name yet, but every star has to start somewhere. And for the Lakers, this could be one of those moves we look back on months from now and say, they saw something in him early. Meanwhile, with one two-way slot still available, it's clear that the Lakers aren't done. More signings could be on the way. Training camp is approaching fast, and the front office is still evaluating talent, exploring trade opportunities, and trying to put together a roster that can compete at the highest level. One thing's for sure, this offseason is far from over. LeBron James just did something that no other player in the NBA managed to do this season. And honestly, it's the kind of stat that makes you sit back and say, wait, he really did that? At 40 years old, LeBron James, the man who's been dominating the league for over 2 decades, finished the 2024-25 NBA regular season with a perfect record on dunks. Yes, you heard that right. LeBron attempted 71 dunks throughout the season. And he made all 71 of them. Not a single miss. Not one. Flawless. It's a stunning stat, not just because of the number, but because of what it represents. At an age where most players are slowing down, managing injuries, or already retired, LeBron is still attacking the rim with the kind of force and efficiency we saw when he first entered the league back in 2003. And this wasn't some short season or limited run. LeBron played 78 games, bringing that same power, energy, and consistency night after night. He wasn't just preserving his body. He was leading, producing, and showing everyone that he's still got gas in the tank. Let's not forget, this isn't just about dunks. It's about sustained greatness. In the 2024-25 regular season, LeBron averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game. And in the playoffs, despite the Lakers' early exit in the Western Conference quarterfinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves, LeBron elevated his game even further, putting up 25.4 points, 9.0 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. These aren't just good numbers. These are elite. These are numbers that would be impressive for a player in his prime, let alone someone turning 41 next season. But now, amidst this incredible individual performance, we arrive at a crossroads. And the question that's starting to take over every conversation is this. Is LeBron James about to walk away from the Lakers? After 7 unforgettable seasons in Los Angeles, the future of LeBron in the purple and gold is now up in the air. And it's not just speculation, it's coming from respected journalists, league insiders, and people close to the situation. They say this moment feels like a turning point. A moment of reflection. A moment of, what's next? Yes, LeBron is still under contract. But here's the thing, he holds a player option. And he's reportedly weighing that option very seriously. So why the uncertainty? Sources suggest that LeBron has begun to feel increasingly sidelined when it comes to key decisions within the franchise, especially in conversations around roster moves, strategy, and long-term planning. He's no longer the central voice in those discussions, and that matters. On top of that, there's been no serious effort from the front office to extend his contract early, something that, in past years, would have been a priority. That silence has raised eyebrows and sent a message. And then, there's the big picture shift happening inside the organization. Behind closed doors, the Lakers are reportedly signaling a new direction, one focused on the future. A rebuild. A reset. A project built around younger talent, with a longer window of championship potential. And at the center of that future, Luka Doncic. At just 26 years old, Doncic is reportedly the #1 name on the Lakers' radar, the star they believe can lead the next era of basketball in Los Angeles. And while nothing has been confirmed, the message is loud and clear. The franchise is preparing for life after LeBron. So now we're left with more questions than answers. Will LeBron accept a new role in this evolving Lakers structure? Will he leave to join another contender for one final championship run? Or, is this the beginning of his last chapter in the NBA? One thing we know about LeBron, he doesn't make decisions lightly. This next move, whether it's a return, a departure, or a farewell, will be calculated, purposeful, and historic. Because everything LeBron does now is about legacy. He's already a 4-time champion. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's won MVPs, Finals MVPs, Olympic gold medals, and now, he's even added a perfect dunk season to the list. There's nothing left to prove. And yet, he still keeps proving something new, every single season. For fans, it's a privilege. We are watching the final stages of one of the greatest careers in the history of sports, not just basketball. We don't know what jersey he'll wear next. We don't know how many more records he'll break. But we do know this. As long as LeBron James steps on the court, history is being written. So keep watching. Keep appreciating. Because one day, the king will hang up his crown, and when that day comes, the game will never be the same. Big news is coming out of Los Angeles as the Lakers have received a significant update regarding forward Jared Vanderbilt, just weeks before training camp for the 2025-26 NBA season begins. The Lakers are heading into the new campaign with a roster that looks mostly familiar to fans. While there have been a few important additions, the core of the team remains the same. Key players such as Luka Doncic, the 40-year-old LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura are still the heart and soul of this squad. The front office made only a few off-season moves, parting ways with just one player and bringing in 3 new additions who could prove vital over the course of the grueling season. Still, despite the continuity, the big question remains: will this group be enough to compete in an ultra-competitive Western Conference? Last season ended in disappointment for the Lakers, who were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. While their star trio delivered when it mattered, the lack of reliable depth was a glaring issue. That shortcoming became painfully evident as injuries and inconsistency plagued the team in key moments. One of the names that was expected to play a major role but couldn't deliver was Jared Vanderbilt. Acquired by the Lakers in a trade back in February 2023, Vanderbilt brought a defensive edge and high energy that instantly made him a fan favorite in LA. He showed tremendous versatility, often guarding multiple positions and making hustle plays that energized the team and the crowd alike. But ever since that exciting start in purple and gold, Vanderbilt's journey has been a difficult one. He was forced to battle through injuries that significantly limited his availability and effectiveness. After the conclusion of the 2022-23 season, Vanderbilt was diagnosed with a serious foot injury that lingered into the 2023-24 campaign. As a result, he was limited to just 29 games and missed the remainder of the season, including the playoffs. Fast forward to the 2024-25 season, and the situation didn't improve much. Vanderbilt didn't make his season debut until January 2025, and even then, he was clearly not at full strength. He appeared in only 36 games that year and often looked like a shell of the disruptive defender and energetic contributor that LA had traded for just 2 years prior. But here's where things take a turn. According to veteran NBA insider Mark Stein, Jared Vanderbilt is now healthier than he's been in years. Stein recently reported that Vanderbilt is in the best shape he's been in during any of his recent off-seasons, a development that's bringing a sense of cautious optimism to the Lakers organization. "I'm also hearing Jared Vanderbilt is healthier now than he was at any point last season," Stein noted. Which will naturally spark hope that the versatile forward seems like an off-season addition himself when training camp opens in late September. If this proves to be true, and if Vanderbilt can return to the form he displayed in early 2023, it would be a massive boost for a Lakers team that's still in win-now mode. His defensive presence, ability to guard wings and forwards, rebound, and provide energy off the bench are exactly what this roster has been missing. It's important to remember that Vanderbilt is only 26 years old. He still has plenty of room to grow, and more importantly, bounce back. He's heading into the second year of his 4-year, $48 million deal with the Lakers, and both the team and the fans are hopeful that he can finally stay healthy and contribute consistently throughout the season. There's also a strategic aspect to this development. A healthy Vanderbilt means fewer defensive responsibilities for aging stars like LeBron James, and it allows more creative lineup combinations, especially in small ball situations or when the Lakers face elite offensive teams in the West. As training camp nears, all eyes will be on Vanderbilt and how he looks physically. The Lakers' medical and coaching staff will be monitoring his workload closely, making sure not to overextend him too soon. But if early reports are any indication, this could be the season that Jared Vanderbilt reclaims his role as a crucial piece in the Lakers' championship puzzle. The 2025-26 NBA season is shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent memory. The Western Conference is loaded with talent, and every win will matter. If Vanderbilt can finally put the injuries behind him and play his role to perfection, the Lakers just might have a deeper, more balanced team than many expect. And in a season that could very well be the final title run for LeBron James, who turns 41 in December, every piece matters. Lakers fans, keep your eyes on Jared Vanderbilt. His comeback could be one of the keys to unlocking this team's full potential. The NBA rumor mill is buzzing again, and this time, it's about a trade that could shake the entire league, a colossal 5-team blockbuster deal that might send none other than LeBron James back to Cleveland. LeBron, the 21-time All-Star and one of the greatest players to ever grace the game, recently exercised his $52.6 million player option to remain with the Los Angeles Lakers for the 2025-26 season. But even with that decision locked in, whispers and speculation continue to swirl around the possibility that the 4-time MVP might eventually seek a new home. And one of the most intriguing scenarios, a return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, where LeBron made his name, led a city to its first NBA championship, and became a global icon. Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz recently broke down 3 potential trades that could send LeBron back to Cleveland. Among these, one stands out, a massive 5-team deal that includes multiple All-Stars and reshapes several rosters across the league. Here's how it would play out. The Los Angeles Lakers would send LeBron James, big man Maxi Kleber, guard Austin Reeves, and forward Jared Vanderbilt to various teams. In return, the Lakers would receive All-Star forward Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz, along with combo forward DeAndre Hunter and wing Max Strus, both coming over from Cleveland. The Cavaliers would get LeBron himself, plus Austin Reeves, Jazz center Walker Kessler, and a lottery-protected first-round draft pick. This move would also save the Cavs approximately $27.2 million in salary cap space, giving them more flexibility going forward. As for the other teams involved, the Utah Jazz would acquire All-Star point guard Darius Garland and Maxi Kleber. The Charlotte Hornets would add All-Star center Jarrett Allen to their roster. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets would receive forward Grant Williams, Jared Vanderbilt, and a 2027 first-round pick with top 2 protection. This trade is primarily focused on Cleveland's ambitions. The Cavs would hold on to their cornerstone pieces, Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, while adding 3 significant players who can elevate their competitiveness. At the same time, it would alter the Lakers' lineup in ways that could benefit them, maintaining their depth at the guard position while adding a young forward who excels at spacing the floor. Both Max Strus and DeAndre Hunter are known for their shooting ability, which would complement Luka Doncic perfectly, especially if Austin Reeves were to move on. This shift would allow for a more natural fit in the backcourt, with a dedicated shooting guard alongside Luka. Despite the excitement and the sheer scale of this trade, the odds of it actually happening are extremely low. Trades involving multiple teams and stars are notoriously complicated to pull off, especially ones that involve a player of LeBron's stature. LeBron's history with the Cavaliers is legendary. He spent 11 seasons there, leading the franchise to 5 NBA Finals appearances and securing that unforgettable 2016 championship, which delivered Cleveland's first-ever NBA title. That 2016 Finals Game 7 is etched into NBA lore, especially LeBron's iconic chase-down block in the closing minutes, a moment that symbolized his relentless drive and clutch performance. A return to Cleveland for LeBron would be poetic and emotional for fans, a full-circle moment. However, after the Cavs topped the Eastern Conference just last season, they seem unlikely to dismantle a competitive roster purely for nostalgia or a feel-good story. Additionally, despite the constant trade rumors and some cryptic hints from the Lakers organization, LeBron appears committed to staying in Los Angeles for now. But with LeBron, nothing is ever set in stone. His career has been full of surprises, and his influence on the league remains massive. This proposed trade, while unlikely, sparks fascinating questions about the future of the NBA's landscape, how teams might realign, how stars move, and how franchises evolve. Will LeBron ever suit up again in a Cavaliers jersey? Only time will tell. For now, Lakers fans can take some comfort knowing their superstar is sticking around, but the drama and speculation that surround LeBron James and the NBA will continue to captivate fans for seasons to come.